And welcome back, everyone, to the FX Open Invitational Series. I am Unstable, joined here by Railcoon. We are going to go into our winners match for Group I here, for Day 4, of course. It is going to be SlayerSArthur up against TSL's Ragnarok. Daybreak will be the map. Of course, Arthur coming through NS Hoso, Seal, and Ragnarok taking down Slayer's Puzzle. And here we are. We have SlayerSArthur down here at the bottom left-hand corner as our yellow Protoss. Looks like he's going to go for a Forge Expand. However, over here at the top right, we have TSL's Ragnarok. He has a pull down already. Looking at the drone count, that would be a 9 pull by the looks of it. So that's going to be very interesting. That's going to throw Arthur off his game plan. He's going to have to get that Forge down as soon as possible if he wants to do this. And there's the Forge. So we should be able to wall off that in time. But a very interesting opening coming in from Ragnarok. What do you think, Railcoon?
Yeah, 9 pull. Don't see it that much anymore. And, well, if you look at Arthur, he scouted it. So, he's not going to be dropping a Nexus here. I mean, he sees there's a 9 pull on the way. He's probably just going to focus on getting his wall up as soon as possible. Get that cannon down, throw down some gateways, most likely. If he can hold it off long enough, he can cancel the second gateway for a Cybernetics core and then still be in a decent spot. It will delay his Nexus a little bit, but he'll still be producing probes, so he'll still come out pretty fine economically.
Yeah, he has gone for that cannon and the gateway already. Notice how the 6 Zerglings actually bypassed the pylon of Arthur at the natural. He probably could have let that down and delayed the expansion for quite a while. However, he's going to have he cancelled the pylon. Likely to remake something over here. And there we go. There's the full wall off, double gateway. And nothing you can do about that. So
and there's the pylon at the natural for Ragnarok. So.
Oh, and he's just got another one. So Ragnarok in a very bad spot to open up here. Looking at the worker counts, 13 to 17. He hasn't been able to get his expansion. He's going straight to that third base, which is, of course, the thing to do in this situation. But at least he's delayed the Nexus for Arthur a little bit.
Yeah, Arthur already canceled the pylon at the natural as well to try and get his Nexus down. So Ragnarok's going down to his third base a little bit unnecessarily here. Which is kind of an issue, because, like, if Arthur decided to pressure him, because he knows this is delayed off the 9 pool.
Yeah.
Especially if he finds out it's at third base, this would be a really good opportunity for him to apply a lot of pressure. Even, like, Zealot pressure. You don't see that much anymore, but in this instance, it would actually be really good. But it looks like he's skipping that this time around. He's just going to continue on, pretend like this game started off normal, even though the worker timings are a little bit off. And we'll see how that works out for him.
Yeah, very true. We don't have a Cybernetics core just yet. But Arthur's gone double gas before his Cyber core. I think he's just trying to skip those little things that he can. There we go. There's the Cyber core there. It's not completely walled that off, I believe. No, it hasn't. So he's still got that one little square to get through. And here goes Ragnarok's third base. So interestingly enough, Arthur's still only 4 probes ahead of Ragnarok. So it's not all that big of an issue because of the delayed Nexus. But with this double gas, this will, before Cybercore, this will allow Arthur to get quite a big gas stockpile. He might go straight into Stargate or straight to a Robo. They will be open to him. But he hasn't actually started anything from his Forge, so we're likely not going to see any kind of gateway timings here. Zerglings are coming back just to poke in, see what's going on. And it's very interesting, to say the least. We've got a sentry on the way out now, the probes trying to get across to the other side of the base. Like, we're only just hitting 6 minutes just now into the game, and things are looking like they're stabilizing.
There's the Stargate. I was going to say, we've been seeing a lot of Stargate play recently. So, just the Phoenix Void Ray combination, or even just straight Phoenix with the range every once in a while. It's been quite good. It catches the Zerg player if they're not being honest enough. It's why we've been seeing the Zerg players getting a few extra queens out and spreading the creep out as well. Just to try and fight that off. But the good micro on that, you can catch out a couple of queens, even with some spore crawlers, as long as you're really on top of your micros. So it's a relatively safe opening, unless you get 3 hatch Baneling busted, but that's not what Ragnarok is doing.
No, we did see that last weekend, though.
Yeah, we've only seen that once this weekend, which is odd, considering how we've been seeing the Protoss playing rather greedy and doing these types of openings a lot. That 3-hatch Baneling bust is really good at punishing this.
Yeah, very true. We do see the Overlord coming in, trying to see what's going on.
See it.
It's going to be very close. He sees the extra gateways, and he sees the Chrono Boost. Oh, let me check his vision.
No, he didn't. I just checked. He saw a Chrono Boost, but he didn't see what was Chrono Boosting. I mean, the placement there, he's going to be able to guess that that's not a gateway, especially since he saw the gateways building somewhere else. So, I mean, he does have an evolution chamber on the way. There's the guessing game. Is it a Robo? Is it Stargate? Been seeing a lot of Stargates recently, so he might kind of have an idea. It might be a Stargate. And there's an Overlord coming in, and we'll get blocked by the Phoenixes. So yeah, there we go. There's the confirmation. He was trying to come back in and see it, and he's killing it with the Phoenixes. So he did skip the Void Ray, and he's going to be going straight into the Phoenix play. Be curious to see if he goes for the range, but there's no sign of a Spire, so he doesn't really need to.
Yeah, well, we do have 1, 2, 3 Phoenixes coming down into the third base now. The Spore Crawler is not going to be up here, Railcoon, so we are going to see 1 Queen fall down if he does decide to pick it up. There we go. Of course, the third Phoenix isn't around, so he's going to at least have to use another lift up, if not 2, depending on how much DPS he can go through. There we go. However, the Spore Crawler, that has bought him some time.
On the second one, yeah, there we go. So that Phoenix is kind of hurting because of that Spore Crawler, but now there's a 4th Phoenix joining the party. And I would assume he'll be able to get another Queen if he micros this well.
Well, we got the Hydroly stand is already out. Is there a Spore Crawler? Yeah, there is a Spore Crawler in the mineral line here at the natural, but it's not enough to save these Overlords, and these Phoenixes are going to do some work now, picking up Overlords left, right, and center. And it's going to be really difficult for Ragnarok to really defend this because his creep is not connected to any of his bases. It's starting to come out of the third base into the middle of the map, but not at the moment. He's flying, whoa, back over that Spore Crawler, not what you want to do right now. And there's actually,
he never got a 4th Queen out, which is why, like, a lot of times when you're forced onto this third base first, you see the person get the 4th Queen just so they can connect these bases with creep much easier.
Yeah.
And he never went for that, so he tried to cut the corner, and now the not having any mobility between his bases is going to be making him hurt. He did accidentally lift the Queen up with the low health Phoenix, so he had to cancel it immediately since there were some Hydras here. Nice realization there by Arthur, not wanting to lose any of his Phoenixes. It looks like he is trying to make sure his third base is clear with his ground army, so we are going to be seeing a Nexus here in a second. And
yeah, that's exactly what we're going to see, but we also see a Spire on the way as well now, Railcoon.
Really?
A 10-minute 55 Spire. It's interesting that he went for that after he's gone for the Roaches first, and the Hydras as well. There's Macro Hatch down at the main, natural as well.
Didn't we see this in one of the previous PvZ games? I don't know if it was Ragnarok's or if it was Arthur's, but we saw the Airplay and then the Zerg player tried to go Roach.
Oh yes, that was Ragnarok.
Roach
That would be
Corruptor.
game number 3. He actually won that game as well.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting.
I assume that's what he's going for, because he's got a good number of Hydras out. If he can get some Roaches in front of them and then do a good job of guessing the number of Corruptors he needs, then it would be really good. But he's moving forward aggressively with his army.
Yeah, he is, and he's coming with the Phoenixes. Oh, they're a little bit too far forward here for Arthur. If these Hydras turn around and do that, can pick one off. But there's not enough Hydras now. Nicely done by Arthur, picking off these units as they try and escape. Almost lost another Phoenix there, but he is going to be able to continue on and pick all these off. He could force his advantage here, to be honest, Relkin. There's a lot of units popping out, but with those Immortals in the mix, they shred through all those Roaches coming through. Another one is just finished up now as well. And
yeah, he'll...
Observer, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He also cut into the Hydra count pretty significantly, which is going to hurt Ragnarok. But the one thing for Ragnarok is that the Colossus is delayed. The Robotics Bay is only just getting there now. Still a ways before it will be finished. So he's going to be able to replenish that Roach Hydra count and get it to a good composition before he really needs to start making the Corruptors. And if he was having to make Corruptors now, after losing those Hydras, it would have put him into a difficult spot. So that is kind of a saving grace for him right now.
Yeah, but he is moving across the map here as well. The robotics facility is at about 160 seconds through its timing. And, oh, we do see the Phoenixes spot all these units coming up. The Immortals are going to be kind of stuck here behind the gateway. This is going to be a good concave here for Ragnarok as he is coming through. He's going to force... Oh, he's actually going to get that pylon that's going to unpower the gateways. No, there is another one behind there, but he will be quite fine at just shelling all of these buildings. Here comes Arthur now. He's going to try and get in there, but with these Hydras at the back line, they're going to do so much damage. And nice force fields go down, but Arthur is stuck into 2 different positions here, and the Hydras are really going to make that work. He is going to be forced back eventually, but looking at the resources lost, it's actually in favor of Arthur at the moment because he's just overwhelming him, but he's losing all the energy. He's losing the sentries because for some reason they're at the front of the army now. I don't know how that happened. But oh, blinking forward straight into a Zergling reinforce. That is not what he wanted to happen. He's going to lose quite a few of them. Will still take the engagement. However, that could have been a lot better.
That came down to Arthur you know, he wasn't positioned very well. He probably might have just wanted to give up some of those buildings and then fight for it, like you're saying. And then he lost the Phoenixes because he went right in on top of the Hydras.
Yep.
And the Phoenixes could have been really useful if they were still in the fight later on, but definitely probably just should have let him take out those gateways. I mean, they died anyway. And then might have gone a little bit better, but I mean, he still won the fight just because there were not enough roaches there. Like, you need more roaches in front of the Hydras just to protect them for a little bit longer. The roaches just went down so quickly, the Hydras had a hard time throwing out their DPS, but Arthur is pushing forward for the counterattack.
Yeah, he is. He's coming into the third base right now, taking out the creep as he goes with that Observer nicely done. The Warp Prism is finished, but here comes Ragnarok. He's going to chase him down by the looks of it. The Link's coming in forward, taking a lot of the damage for the Hydras. Really nicely done. One Immortal does fall instantly, but nice force fields force a lot of these units to run around the side, but he's got a perfect concave here onto Arthur. He's trying to blink as best he can, but the Hydras are just shredding through all of these Stalkers with their amazing DPS. The Immortals are down as well. Reinforcement Lings, there is a lot of the Warp Prism here warping in a lot of Stalkers from behind, but I don't think it's going to be barely enough. The Hydras are still there. However, the Stalker count is quite high, and with some more Blink Micro, he should be able to be okay. But Arthur backs off regardless. Oh, he's going to lose the Warp Prism.
Oh, that's a pretty big mistake. If he could have left that alive, it would have helped him out a lot. And also, notice one thing. There hasn't been a single Colossus this entire time. First Colossus is now in production. Imagine how completely different that last fight would have been, even with just like one Colossus with range.
Yeah, very true.
So, I mean, he's still okay. He's got the Colossus on the way. And Ragnarok is going really, really Hydra heavy. He is going closer to the 1-to-1 ratio instead of making sure that he has more roaches, but he's trying to cover that with the Zerglings. It worked out pretty well the last time. And it looks like he should be able to get Thermal Lances done before Ragnarok hits him, but Ragnarok is opening up the center of the map to reinforce faster, so he's got to make sure these Colossus are positioned really well, and he doesn't lose any of them.
I like the mixing in of Zerglings here for Ragnarok as well, forcing Arthur to either fight a suboptimal fight or mix in some Zealots, which will absolutely, it's pretty much just a buffer zone for his Hydras as well. And those Zealots will fall a little bit quicker than the Zerglings in total, but with those Colossus out, that'll change the dynamic as well. So we do have a lot of units streaming across here to the third base of Arthur as Ragnarok's trying to decide if he wants to engage after he saw the Colossus. He is going to go for it. Oh my god, he's going to pick it off. The Colossus falls right before Extended Thermal Lance finishes up, and this is now not good for Arthur at all. There's so many Hydras here, there is no backup for these Stalkers and the Sentries. More force fields going down, but he can actually get into a position where he can target down the Nexus here, Railcoon, and he is going to do that. Arthur's forced to pull back into his natural, and this base is gone. Arthur's going to have such a hard time dealing with this army now because he doesn't have the Colossi count. He's now supply capped as well, 192 to 134 supply. And I swear to God, we already saw a Spire. Is that a second Spire, or did he cancel it?
I think he canceled it. I'm looking around and I don't see it. Yeah, he did. So he's rebuilding another Spire to get some Corruptors, because he canceled it because he never saw any Colossus. But, I mean, that was really, really unfortunate. Without that Colossus, if Ragnarok splits his army and hits from both directions really well, since he is so far ahead in supply, I just don't think Arthur can hold it. So we'll see. He isn't really splitting his army, so he might try for one concerted push up the ramp, which could be a mistake. Because there are force fields on these sentries, he could get chopped in half and take huge losses to the Colossus. If he wants to break this, he definitely needs to hit from two angles.
Yeah, well, looking at the upgrades now, he's just sent some Lings up to the top of the ramp. See what's going on. We have +2 for the Roaches and the Hydras here, +3 finishing up for Arthur very shortly. Oh, they're going to get caught. Oh, blink forward, actually. Not really the best idea by Arthur right there, I think. But he is going to be able to chase down a lot of these Hydras. There is no creep here, remember. He's trying to buy time to get away. And we're looking like a fourth base for Ragnarok. And he's going to be 2 bases up now. And keeping Arthur on these 2 bases is actually going to be quite efficient because he just has to survive now. Arthur's mined out in his main base pretty much. He's got like a total of 300 minerals left-ish.
Yeah, he's also making 8 Corruptors, which is a good amount. That's not too many. It's also enough that he can power these Colossus down rather quickly. He's got a pretty good Roach Hydra core under it. He can probably just fight here, delay, and then give up this base without taking too many losses, then Corruptors pop out and be fine.
Yeah, but here goes the engagement here now, Relkin. The Zealots are gone. There's actually quite a few stuck in the middle of the army as well here. I do like how Ragnarok is not engaging up that ramp. He's trying to stay back, trying to buy time for his Corruptors to come through. More force fields going down, and those targeted Colossi going down very quickly. However, they might not be able to be taken down in time. All the Hydras are being dropped really fast here, Railkin. There's 27, like 27 Roaches coming out now. Colossus are gone, and now we have so much dead weight in supply. for Ragnarok. He's going to have to bring these roaches out all at one time. They can't stream in bits by bit, and he's going to lose his 4th base.
Yeah, he can lose this just fine, though. He's fine without that. Now the roaches are coming. He's corrupting the Stalkers, doing a really good job. I think he should be able to hold this.
Oh, Colossus!
Oh, the Colossus, what are you doing?
Yeah, that got 2-3 volleys off. Not the best trade there for him there. He's, like you were saying, he's corrupting a lot of these Stalkers. The roaches just completely coming through here. Nice macro by Ragnarok, continually bringing these units out. Really good blink micro by Arthur, too. He's barely going down. He's going to be able to clean this roach up eventually. Why were there probes?
Yeah, he just sent all of his probes that were from the 3rd base over. Oh, his main is mined out. That's why.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually have enough minerals to make a Nexus right now, and he just lost his army. So, I don't know. Is this like a prelude to a GG? He's just going like all in with probes 23 minutes into the game? Really?
Oh, we'll find out. We got a mix of Zerglings and Roaches here now, but a lot of these Stalkers are really low health from that last engagement, Railcoon. He did have some great blink control, but the longer he waits, the harder it's going to be. +1 armor's just finished up for Ragnarok as well. He's going to bring drones of his own into this one, but Ragnarok still has the advantage because he has more mining.
Why does he have drones in there? He can hold this on the drones. I think that might just be him being a little bit silly. But he's making good use of the corruption again, and I think he should be able to hold this.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see nice force fields, but he's now out of force field energy yet again. Ragnarok really knowing when to pull back his forces, going in yet again here. More corruption's going down. Blink control is quite good, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The roach count, nice transfusers coming out from Ragnarok as well, and the stalker count is dropping so quickly. All these stalkers blinking to the back are such low health, which is really good on the part of Arthur, but he just has to back it up, and he's forced to completely run away now. All these stalkers being picked off so quickly because of the low health as well. Oh, he's getting caught on the edge.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Look at all these stalkers. Like,
it looks like Arthur is, you know, adopting the Slayers team motto of never give up, never surrender, because he is still fighting for it. But, I mean, at this point, there's not really much he can do without that 3rd base. He's trying to get a few more sentries in here, but I mean, look at how low health those Stalkers are. Look at that. So many of them are down in single digits. It's ridiculous. Really great micro that he has that many Stalkers in single digits, but it's just, I mean, he's got full production out of 4 hatcheries because there's macro hatch as natural, and this is not going to end well for Arthur.
No, he's trying to distance mine from the 3rd base. Now, Ragnarok's seen and gone, hang on, you don't have a 3rd base either. Thank God for that, because now he's extremely ahead on that. He is down to half a mining base, though. Keep a note here, but he can deal with these stalkers quite nicely. He just can't get caught in half because of all the sentries. And they're trying to do the back and forth here, but as time goes on, Arthur's going to get further and further behind. He's still 50 supply down at the moment. Here come the more Zerglings. He's going to have to drop force fields, but no, Ragnarok's decision on when to engage in has been really impressing me this whole game.
Yeah, now that he's tried to switch to distance mining, he probably wishes he still had those probes alive. Because they just died immediately, and then Ragnarok backed off as soon as all the probes were down and the force fields were used. Yeah. It was really good decision there by Ragnarok, and if he'd kept those alive, he'd be distance mining a little bit better, but now we've got Zerglings running into the 3rd base, going to take out distance mining probes.
And he's going to engage at the same time in the middle. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Elkin, but he did lose a lot of stalkers there as well. The Zerglings have cleaned up the distance mining here for Arthur, and it's going to put Ragnarok in an even better position, and he needs to do something about it. I think he's realized, but now he has more sentries than stalkers here. Actually, just the exact same amount, but that's not going to help him in the end. But we do see the Corruptors coming down yet again. More great force fields coming in from Arthur once more, but there's just too much stuff here for Ragnarok, and that looks like it is going to be it. His army's being cleaned up completely. There's the GG. Ragnarok will take game number 1 here for the winners match, and we'll be right back after a quick break with game number 2. Stay with us.